I'm taking ton useless money I found at the bank and I'm transforming it into the most luxurious nail set you have ever seen. And I have one goal: make it more valuable than the money itself. Today's Trash to Treasure series starts at the bank. I went to the bank to make a withdrawal and I saw these torn money pieces on the counter. I asked the staff that worked there, as well as the customers, so it won't seem like I'm taking something that isn't mine or something that the owner still need. But nobody claimed it. I still had a little chat with people there and it seemed very okay if I wanted to take the torn notes, and they didn't seem usable anymore. So of course, into the trash to treasure bag they went. What do you think? Do you think it's fake? And that's why it's maybe torn into pieces. It seems real to me though. I don't know if it's just that I can't tell the difference. Well, let's first find out if it's complete. I'm just going to try to arrange it accordingly. I don't have any 500 naira notes to look at, but it shouldn't be that hard. I've always wanted to create a money nail set, and I really hope this one is complete. I've been asking some stores for fake currency. Most of them put them on display, but they keep saying no. So I'm really excited I could finally get my hands on one. I was so happy coming home with this. I can't believe this note is not complete. This is what the back looks like. I don't know where the rest of the pieces should go, but this is what it looks like. Let's get into cutting the notes. I'm starting off with cutting out the coat of arm, just carefully tracing that part out. It's not even complete, but we're going to use it like that. I chose the most detailed parts I could find. This is what we're going to be working with. I don't know if I'm going to use everything for the nail set since I'm working on my practice hand. I'm really glad I could find the 500 naira sign together because it was near impossible, and the one we have here is still torn. This is the rest of the notes. This note was actually torn beyond repair, so getting a good piece out of it was almost impossible. I already went in and applied my tips to my practice hand. I'm going to be using builder gel in a bottle for this, mostly because of the milky white color I want the background to have. You're basically not supposed to use builder gel in a bottle for this nail length, but I'm trying to achieve a certain look for this nail set, and that's my reason for using it. I started off by buffing the surface of my nail extension. This is going to help the builder gel adhere better, and it's very important to buff the surface very thoroughly. I first apply a sleep layer, and this layer is basically going to guide the builder gel. And without carrying that sleep layer, I'm going to take a big bead of my builder gel in a bottle and go in a side-to-side motion, mainly at the top of the nail, where I want that apex to be. The application mustn't be flawless, because I can just go in with my liner brush and just fix certain areas. And after that, I'm going to flip the hand upside down to help the builder gel self-level and form that perfect apex. Then I carry it in the lamp for 60 seconds. I'm working on these nails one by one and in no particular order. I have a design in mind, but since I don't have a reference, I'm building the design as I go. I'm going to be using the part of the notes that has the amount in words for the pinky. I'm not sure how I want the placement to be, so you'll see me changing the position of the notes a lot in this video. I'm just trying to figure out how I'm going to place this piece. If you're wondering how I'm going to adhere them onto the nail, I'm actually going to be using a rhinestone glue. Now I know I can use just a normal super glue, but honestly, I don't know how I want the placement to be, so I want something that would give me time to play around until I'm satisfied with where I want it to be. I slightly curve the piece before placing it so that it can sit flat on the nail. Then using the other end of my cuticle pusher, I moved the piece around until I got the angle I liked, then proceeded to the next piece. I repeated the same process of bending it a little bit and folding it up just a little to help it lay flat, then lay it on the nail. I just keep moving them around until I get a desired result. I kept it in the lamp for 60 seconds, then went in with some gold flakes. The pinky looks like a snake skin design. I don't know why. I just hope adding the gold flakes will give it a different look. I'm doing the index finger next, repeating the same builder gel application process. You're just going to have to watch me work, and I'll come in if I have something to add. The builder gel pulled at the side, and I'm going to fix that by flipping the hand upside down. For this particular finger, all hell broke loose. I didn't know the last piece to use to complete this nail set, but I proceeded to keep changing them out. The particular one I decided to settle for. I couldn't find it, even after editing this video and everything. I left it at some points, then proceeded to look for the missing piece for at least 2 hours. I'm not even joking. It was the one that had the Nnamdi Azikiwe's date of birth and the day he died written on it. Like that wasn't enough. The bank sign part was already soaked with rhinestone glue because I wasted so much time while looking for the other piece. I had another piece that said bank, but the key wasn't there. I decided to replace it, but I did that off camera. That's why I didn't even go for it in the first place, but I'm just going to have to overlook it. When I finally decided to settle for another sign, I ended up being happy that I went with the Naira sign instead, because I ended up feeling like Nnamdi Azikiwe's name wouldn't have gone so well with this particular nail set. For the ring finger, I did an ombre. Now I didn't know how to navigate this particular design because I've never used builder gel in a bottle for this. I still went ahead and gave it a try. I applied a slip layer on half of the nail, then went in with the big bead. I then use my ombre brush to blend it upward to get it to the parts where I want that ombre to meet. I mostly want to use the ombre to hide the practice hands nail beds that is showing underneath. I then went in with my short detail brush to fix certain areas, then flip the hand over to help the builder gel level and form that apex. For the ombre nails, I'm going from pink to white. I then repeated the same process of applying a thin layer of my pink builder gel in a bottle. Then before curing that, I went in with a big bead and pulled the pink down where I want that ombre to meet. I used my ombre brush to gently blend the pink to the white. I first went in an upward position, then a downward motion. I went in again with a tiny amount of that pink nude, where the pink meets the white. With a little bit of clear builder gel in my brush, I ombred it downwards to give it that soft ombre look. I then flipped the hand upside down to make the gel self-level to the middle and color that sheer look caused because the gel seems to pull by the side. This is what it looks like when I turn the finger back properly. Then I cured it in the light for 60 seconds. I want this finger to only have one sign because I feel like the index finger and the pinky has too much on them. I'm just going to apply the cut off arm piece only, just trying to see where I want that piece to be. It's looking like I'm carrying out a little mini surgery on my practice hand. I just cut off the excess and properly placed the piece, then cured it for 60 seconds. I just repeated the same ombre process on the ring finger. Now this note, for me, is what tied everything together. It completed the look in a way I couldn't explain, and I think it's my favorite finger. The 500 naira sign is turned into two, so I'm trying to angle it the way I want it to be. I curled it in the lamp, then applied a little bit of gold foil on the middle finger and the index finger. I only left the ring finger because I didn't want the foil to seem overwhelming on this nail set. Then I'm going to encapsulate everything with clear builder gel in a bottle because I want this to be very clear and translucent. I then filed the nails a little bit to keep that shape nice and crisp. I decided to complete the look with a 3D chrome design. To isolate chrome, I first applied a thin layer of top coat and buffed the surface. I mixed a little bit of my black gel polish and my rhinestone glue to achieve these 3D effects. Here's the best part, the top coats. This is where the set comes alive. Look at how those green details pops through the clear. And here's the final look. These thumbnails couldn't buy anything, but they created these luxury nail sets. Do you think it's worth more than the money itself? Please like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.